Buonasera a tutti, benvenuti un'altra volta. E abbiamo con noi la regista del film Ghost School, la signora Gul, la quale è al suo primo lungometraggio, però io mi sono letta tutte le cose che ha fatto prima e ha un lunghissimo percorso già, perché uno dei suoi film, grazie mille, uno dei suoi film ha avuto visione in circa 100 festival e un altro suo corto recente girato con Al Jazeera ha avuto oltre 1 milione di visioni. Quindi io vorrei cominciare subito chiedendoti, alle tue spalle c'è una carriera già importante, però questo è il tuo primo lungometraggio. Qual è stato lo spunto per questo lungometraggio? Vorrei sapere se hai voluto toccare un tema, un problema importante nel tuo paese e comunque qual è stato il punto di partenza, cioè l'idea che ti ha fatto raccontare la storia di questa piccola guerriera.
So I decided to make Ghost School after I discovered real ghost schools, of which there are possibly tens and thousands in Pakistan. So ghost schools are those schools which are left abandoned or neglected by the authorities after being built. So sadly, the children don't go to school, and the buildings are used for warehouses or barns for the local feudal lords and politicians. So it's a phenomena which really disturbed me, and I set out to ask questions as to why they exist and the rumors around the fact that they are haunted buildings.
Tornando ai fantasmi, ai djinn, che so che sono molto presenti nella cultura e che possono essere djinn buoni o djinn cattivi, questi fanno paura perché sono quelli che sembra vogliano tenere chiuse le scuole. Quanto è presente questa idea dei djinn e dei fantasmi? Perché tu hai scritto una storia realistica, però è anche una storia magica in cui è presente ciò che non è toccabile, ciò che non è verificabile. Ecco, quanto è importante la presenza dei fantasmi e dei djinn, e tu ci credi?
So I started out, I thought that I could make into a documentary just going around a village where the only school had been shut and ask people why it was closed. But instead, I decided to take that term ghost school and turn it into a ghost story exploring local and Muslim mythology and thus the jinn. Now, whether one believes in the jinn or not, they are mentioned in the Quran, and essentially they are spirits. It's some kind of energy or spirit, or even considered fire in Persian culture. So so I wanted to go towards a fiction film that makes the impossible possible using magical realism.
Ecco, mi attacco proprio al realismo magico per dire che attraverso questa scelta tu invece hai parlato di un problema pesantissimo. E vorrei farti una domanda sull'attrice che è straordinaria. La piccola, mi dicevi ieri sera che recita da quando ha 6 anni, quindi una piccola attrice professionista che nel film è assolutamente meravigliosa. Raccontaci qualcosa di lei.
So Nazalia Arsalan is a wonderful lead actor of mine in Go School. She is a child actor. She started, as a baby, and then from the age of 6 or 7, she became professional. I am very lucky and humbled to have her on board because she was so dedicated. Her parents were so committed, which is very important. And she remembered all the lines. She was teaching the adult actors the lines, and she even trained me on how to act. because she is absolutely brilliant.
Volevo dire ancora una cosa, poi lascio la parola ad Alessandra, sulla società, attraverso questo realismo magico però scopriamo una società marcia, corrotta, di un maschilismo pesantissimo. Ecco, volevo sapere qualcosa a questo proposito, questa denuncia che tu hai fatto.
Ghost schools exist due to neglect, lack of oversight, mismanagement, and corruption, and also girls' education is compromised due to many complicated factors, but including patriarchy. Pakistan has a big problem with literacy rate, and literacy rate amongst women is even lower, and girls, are often forced to leave education due to child marriage and due to poverty, due to other reasons. But ghost schools, they affect boys and girls.
Sì, un'ultima cosa. So che tu hai fondato una società proprio per riflettere su questi problemi e produrre film d'autore che trattino queste tematiche.
Yes, so my films are from the female perspective, about the female experience, and often about female struggle in Pakistan and further afield. So I set up a company in Pakistan to especially make independent films that were bold and kind of opening debate on important topics. But I also made it so I could support the emerging independent cinema in Pakistan.
Eccoci, Seemab, volevo innanzitutto ricordare che questo film è uno dei film del festival, e questo non accade, purtroppo accade raramente, che sarà poi distribuito in sala dalla Wanted Cinema, una casa di distribuzione cinematografica italiana molto illuminata, che quest'anno distribuisce ben 3 film del nostro programma. Io avevo 2 domande per te, visto che abbiamo analizzato più l'aspetto sociale del film, andrei forse più sullo stile. È uno stile molto osservativo, delle lunghe carrellate, una struttura narrativa, se vogliamo, classica da favola, la ricerca, no? In questo caso la piccola eroina direi che ricerca la verità. Mi ha ricordato molto il cinema iraniano, e quindi volevo chiederti se hai dei particolari riferimenti cinematografici per il tuo cinema.
So I'm very much inspired by Iranian cinema, and especially the films of Kiarostami and Samira Makhmalbaf. The film that especially inspired Ghost School was Where is the Friend's House by Kiarostami, and Werkmeister Harmonies by Bellatar. That's a strong influence. Yeah.
Bellatar che ci ha lasciato, il left us a few months ago.
Yes, very sadly.
E un'ultima domanda invece riguardo alla musica, che mi ha molto colpito, e volevo che ci cala sicuramente in questa realtà, e volevo che ci raccontassi come l'hai scelta.
Choosing the music is a strange and funny story. I was researching documentaries in Pakistan about climate change, and I came across a shrine in interior Sindh where musicians were they were doing spiritual kind of music completely on their own, and my assistants ended up filming them, and they made the mistake of not getting their contacts, and it took us 1 year to find the real musicians, and I'm really happy that we compensated them now. And then this desert singing from very exotic kind of it's a dialect of Sindhi language in which they're singing. And then I had a German music composer who had to compose music to complement this Sindhi folk music.
Volevo solo chiudere con un'ultima battuta. So che hai un film praticamente già pronto. Ho saputo anche che l'attrice del film vive qui in Italia. È stata una bellissima sorpresa. E se vuoi darci magari dire qualche parola su questo progetto, hai voglia di condividere con noi questa super novità.
So, although Go School was almost self-financed and it was a very, very tough project to produce, I am lucky and humbled to have my next film already almost finished. That's because it took 4.5 years to get this far. It's a European co-production, and my lead actor lives in Lodi. And her name is Sohai Abro, and the name of the film is Haven of Hope, and it's about women living in shelter homes in Karachi, Pakistan, and hope to release it this summer.
Grazie mille, Seemab.
Thank you. Thank you, FESCAAAL. Thank you, Milan. It was wonderful to be here and to meet my audiences, which is what really matters most.
Perché dobbiamo ricordare anche che il film fa parte non solo del FESCAAAL ma anche del MIWI, che appunto è il Mi World Young Film Festival per le scuole, e Seemab ha avuto già alcuni incontri con varie scolaresche, e magari facciamo una battuta anche su questa esperienza.
Okay. So, yeah, it's absolutely wonderful to meet youth audiences in Italy, especially. When I wrote the film, I'll be honest, I did not think that slow cinema or slightly slower films in Urdu language would appeal to European audiences, especially children. But I'm very humbled and pleased to be able to connect with them, and them asking incredible and intelligent questions about schools and cultural questions and about filmmaking, and it's really nice to see their interest in my small film.
Grazie mille.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Ho il piacere di avere con noi stasera Morad Mostafa, regista che porta un film in competizione Finestre sul Mondo, Aisha Can Fly Away. Morad è stato già da noi al festival con due cortometraggi, scusate, Khadija and I Promise Paradise, però forse è la prima volta che riusciamo ad averlo qua in carne e ossa. E siamo molto felici. In particolar modo io sono molto felice di presentare questo film, Aisha Can Fly Away, in prima nazionale, perché è un film che 2 anni fa è stato a Final Cut in Venice come work in progress, e poi ha avuto una bellissima carriera perché è stato selezionato a un certain regard a Cannes dell'anno scorso, quindi è un particolare veramente onore che l'abbiamo qua in Italia per la prima volta. Io comincerei con una domanda che riguarda proprio il tema di questo film. Tu avevi già affrontato il tema della comunità dei migranti in Egitto in un tuo cortometraggio precedente. In che modo questo film rappresenta un'evoluzione rispetto al corto precedente?
Hello everyone. Actually in this feature film, I'm continuing what I started in my previous short movies, telling stories that moves between the genres and talk about a migration and the African migrant in Cairo, because I lived in a neighborhood called Ain Shams, and this neighborhood mixed between African migrants and Egyptian gangs, and I always attached with this place, and I wanted to tell more stories about it. And I always had a question, why in the Egyptian cinema we don't have this kind of stories about African migrant characters, and I wanted to tell stories through these characters, to see the Egyptian society through new eyes and from different perspectives. So it was the main reason about that.
In effetti è un nuovo punto di vista in tutti i sensi, anche da un punto di vista stilistico, perché nel tuo film usi un linguaggio che va da un linguaggio realistico a un linguaggio che quasi flirta con l'horror, scegliendo anche delle immagini molto forti e perturbanti. E quindi ti vorrei chiedere il perché di questa scelta.
When I was thinking about the style of this film, I asked myself, there is many films talk about this topic before in Europe, in Italy, in France, in Africa. So I wanted to use something to see my voice and to tell something fresh, something new. And we don't have this kind of genre and style of filming in Arab cinema. So I want to take the story further. And this is why I used the images for horror or body horror scenes. And also to know more about the feeling, the inside feeling for the character. She has a very violent nightmares, and this is the translation from her life.
E un'ultima domanda, poi passo la parola ad Annamaria, sul tuo lavoro con l'attrice protagonista, che nel film ha un volto quasi imperturbabile, sembra quasi una maschera, e quindi una recitazione molto molto contenuta. Un ritratto chiaramente dark di una domestica, però molto contenuto nelle emozioni. Perché questa scelta?
Actually, she's a model, and during the casting, I saw many girls, and it was very difficult to find a girl that has different expressions. Yes. Because the character, sometimes you can feel she's kind, sometimes feel she's very violent, she's very like evil, different many things in the same face. So it was very hard to find one she has this in her face or in her eyes. And from the first moment I found this things inside her. And I think she was very smart in the shooting. I think she's very talented, but she doesn't know that. She realized that during the shooting. Yeah.
Grazie. Senti, il corpo di Aisha è un corpo sfruttato, desiderato, fino a diventare mutante, luogo dell'orrore. Che importanza ha il corpo nella tua cinema?
I think yes, maybe only in this one. Before that, maybe in the first one, because the film happened on something related with the magical. The first short film, and there is a fight between two women about a magical happened with the body. But after that, I think it's a little bit far from this one. And here, I wanted to use this to be a translation of what happened inside Aisha. There is in the middle of the film there is a rush in around her stomach and her body, and this has happened from the tension what she feels, and in the first moment we couldn't identify what is this, and little by little we know it's not just a rush, it's a fissures, and there is something inside her want to come out, something wild, something strange. So the body here is the translator of these things. Also maybe because she's a migrant and she's a stranger in this country, most of the people want to use her body in different ways, not only in sexual one.
Sì, volevo dirti, l'Egitto che tu presenti, il ritratto dell'Egitto, è un Egitto degradato, dove mancano le istituzioni, dove c'è una fortissima violenza. Ecco, come pensi che sarà accettato questo film in Egitto? Pensi che tu avrai difficoltà a mostrarlo?
Actually, the film is not released in Egypt, and there is a distributor, Egyptian one, until Cannes. Before Cannes, he was thinking to get out from the film. And after Cannes, he was very shocked when he saw the final version. And he told me this film will not distribute in Egypt or Middle East. Yeah, and he get out, and until now the film not released in Egypt or Middle East. Just the film premiered in Marrakesh Film Festival as a Middle East premiere, but after that nothing happened, and now we have the rights for Middle East, but it's very difficult to sell it or to or to screen it in platforms or in even festivals. Yeah, because in Egypt now the festivals under censorship. We used has the festivals out of censorship, but with this new government, the censorship control everything, even festivals.
Quali sono secondo te gli aspetti più critici del film, cioè quelli che fanno sì che sia difficile distribuirlo?
Okay, I think the first thing, the topic, because the migration topic and migrants topics in Egypt, outside of cinema, it's under how to say it in English, not for the regular police. It's for the police for political side, you know. So it's a very political thing in Egypt to talk about migrants. Yeah, and also there is sexual scenes, there is violent scenes. So it's for them, for the distributors, it's not fit for Egyptian audience, because we don't have this kind of cinema or hardcore cinema or hardcore movies. Yes, but from the critic side, it was very good for me. But the joke is the film. There is a leak happened for the film. You know, leak. The film steal and put it on the torrent and internet, and most of the Egyptian watch the film on internet. Yeah. Also, was my last short film was here in FESCAAAL. I Promise You Paradise. It was the same topic about migrants in Cairo, and also the film is banned by censorship in Cairo. But then the film sold it to Arabic platform with embassy. I'm not sure yes, Shahid embassy. And this was the only way towards the film in Middle East and Egypt.
Sì, volevo farti questa domanda. Aisha è una vittima o un carnefice?
Actually, I want to show her not just a victim. I decided that to not steal her struggle. You know, I felt if I just presented her as a victim, I will steal her struggle. So she very defensive. She can do bad things in a way, but to be survive. So for me, it's kind of surviving thing, like in a wild life. You know, it should to be defensive, like the ostrich. The ostrich looks like very kind, But if you buzz her hair or do something bad with hair, she will pick you or yeah.
Allora, ci fermiamo per adesso. Abbiamo tante altre domande che ti faremo quando presentiamo il tuo film.
So now it's okay. Yeah. خلاص. Thank you.